Shelley Hofberg is a clairvoyant, medium, pet psychic, and tarot reader. She does not ask for the details about your life, but primarily relies on her gift of clairvoyance to receive the psychic insights that will be the most helpful to you about your soulmate, relationships, money concerns, and your career path. As a pet psychic, she will receive insights about what your pet or pets wants you to know. As a medium, she will connect with your loved ones on the other side. Shelley Hofberg is the host of the Psychic Horizon radio show, produced by Goldilocks Productions and presented on Blog Talk Radio, Thursdays at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Shelley brings together the pioneers and visionary teachers to share with you some of the most enlightening knowledge that is out there today to expand your horizons and open the paths to higher consciousness.
Welcome to the Psychic Horizon Show. I'm your host, Psychic Shelley Hofberg. And today's special guest is Kirstin Ross, who is a medium, who'll be doing medium readings and talking about mediumship. And before I bring on Kirstin, I just want to make a few announcements that on April 20th, Brian Ross will be my guest, and on May 18th, he'll be back. And he's the host of the Magical Journey radio show that comes on Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And on April 27th, I have Terry Lynn Cansey as my guest. And she's going to be talking about hermetics. It's a metaphysical philosophy. It's very interesting, so don't miss the show. And on April 29th, I'll be at the School of Multidimensional Healing and Science Psychic Fair in Irvine from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. And on May 13th, I'll be at the Learning Light Foundation Psychic Fair from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. I'm now ready to bring on my guest, Kirstin Ross. Hello, Kirstin.
Hi, Shelley. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm great. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. And Kirstin, can you tell the callers a little bit about yourself?
Sure. I'm a medium and intuitive, so I connect people with their loved ones in spirit. And I also do intuitive/psychic readings about people's own lives and their soul journeys. And, sometimes I get medical information also, and other things I do, which is something called soul counseling. And that's all on my website, sort of the difference between all of those different things that I do.
And Kirstin, what is a medium?
A medium is someone who can connect to people who have transitioned from the physical to the spiritual form. And so basically, the soul never dies. Energy never dies. It just changes form. And so our loved ones still exist. They're just in a different form, which is spirit as opposed to physical. And so some people are able to raise their energy and connect with spirit on that level.
Interesting. And when did you first realize you were a medium, Kirstin?
I struggle with that question because since I'm like a natural-born medium, I would say, and I've been doing it all my life, I just didn't know it was anything unusual when I was growing up. I knew things about people, and I would hear names, and but I never really said anything because I just thought everybody knew these things. So it wasn't until later on in my life when I was, mature adult that finally Spirit was just tired of having me sort of ignore their messages, and they started really hitting me over the head, as it were, and I could no longer ignore the messages, and I started to deliver them. So that was not, it was like maybe, it's hard to say, maybe 6 years ago when I really started to deliver messages consciously.
Interesting. And Kirstin, let's take our first caller, which is area code 302. Hello, 302.
Oh, hi. How are you guys?
We're fine,
Hi,
and
great.
who do we have the pleasure of speaking to?
This is Jackie from Delaware.
Hello, Jackie.
Hi,
And Jackie, what is your question today?
I'm wondering, I'm in the middle of a career change, and I have about 4 or 5 more months before I get my degree, and I'm wondering about the finances and also the ultimate, job security.
Okay. Well, I will say, as soon as you started talking about your job change, my heart started beating really fast, and it's a very positive thing. There's a lot of energy around that and excitement, and it's really good for you, what you're doing. And did you say something about being in the scientific field, or did I just hear that from someone else on the other side or something?
I didn't say anything, but it's in clinical mental health.
Okay.
Counseling.
So yeah. So you're great at that. You have a great attitude, positive, uplifting, helping, nurturing other people, and there's a science side, which I guess is just you're studying you have the natural ability for this, but you're studying the scientific side. And okay. So I was, as soon as you started talking, I kept hearing July. So I know that's a little earlier than the 4 or 5 months you said, but I feel like there's something going on in July that's really positive for you. And I don't know if there's a birthday or anniversary in that month, but I feel like this is going to be fantastic. I think you're going to do so well, and you have guides and people on the other side who are just cheering you on. There's an older lady in particular who is jumping up and down with joy for you. So I don't know if this is your grandmother or whatever, but it's just like another generation, So, yeah, you will do very, very well. Are you also moving, though, as far as your residence?
I'm sorry?
Are you moving also where you live or something?
I don't have plans to. I just paid off my house about a year ago, so I don't have plans to do that.
Okay. It just felt like there was a change with your home, so I don't know if maybe you're getting something else also. I don't know. But, yeah, I think this is going to be great for you. You're going to do well professionally, financially, and personally. I think it all looks very positive. What do you think, Shelley?
Well, I do think that the course of study that you have embarked on, that's going to become your profession. So as you get ready to graduate college, you'll be starting your new career as a mental health counselor. And I kind of feel that you'll be either working with children or older people. Either children or older people are going to be who you're going to be working with. And it does look like it's going to be a long profession, and it looks like that you would go back to school at some point to get a master's degree, that you would end up with a higher level education.
Well, this is a master's degree program.
Oh, this is the master's degree.
Yay.
Okay, because I'm seeing you
Yes.
getting a master's degree, so the timing was wrong. I'm seeing you get a master's degree, and it does look like that the field that you're going into will pay well, that you'll do very well financially, that you'll have a lot of success in the field. And I also see you doing some writing. Are you writing a thesis right now?
No, but I am in the middle of, like, this weekend I have two, like, pretty much 10-page reports done.
Oh, all right. Maybe that's what it is, because I saw you doing some writing and I saw you having success with writing. So it looks like that you're going to be successful with the writing, that you are going to do well. And Kirstin, how can Jackie get in contact with you?
My website is foreverinspirit.com, and my phone number is 310-490-7424.
Awesome. Well, thank you both so much. I appreciate
it. And Jackie, you can get a hold of me at 818-744-5241 or go to psychichorizon.com. And thank you for calling, Jackie.
Well, thank you, guys. You have a great day.
You too.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
I'm now going to continue my interview with Kirstin Ross on mediumship, and then we're going to take our next caller, which is area code 917. Kirstin, what is the difference between a psychic and a medium?
Well, a medium connects with people who have crossed over to the other side, and a psychic connects with the person's energy that they're reading. So mediumship is about your loved ones in spirit, and psychic or intuitive is about you and your life. So, and a lot of times it can be a combination of both things, because with this last caller, Jackie, I was all prepared to do a mediumship reading, and then she asked more of like a psychic, intuitive question, but I felt like somebody was coming in, like a grandmother who was very excited for her. But, so there can also be, you can kind of do both at the same time as well.
Interesting. Well, let's take our next caller, Kirstin, which is area code 917. Hello, 917.
Hi, ladies. Thanks for taking my call.
Hello.
And who do we have the pleasure of speaking to?
Okay, my name is Crystal.
Hello, Crystal.
Hi.
And Crystal, what is your question today?
Well, I'm in the process of applying for my residency here in the U.S., but I'm just, wanted to know if I'll be successful in the end.
Did you say applying for residence?
Yeah, residency.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure I heard you correctly, just to see what I get here. Yeah. Okay. I do feel like positive about it. I feel like it's it's been a long uphill battle for you with a lot of different things. Yeah. So the residency, I feel, will happen, but I feel later in the year you'll get some good news, like not until September, October kind of. So I'm seeing more like 6 months.
Okay.
And but also just feeling like you have overcome quite a bit. Just as far as I'm getting a feeling of abuse, and so I don't know if this is childhood or in your adult life, but it could be both. Does that make sense to you?
Well, not physical abuse, but more verbally and challenges in your life, that kind of thing, right? So I'm just pretty much free to do what I need to do.
Right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just felt abuse of some kind, like you've overcome a lot in that area, and that you I think you were somewhat naive, and you are learning to sort of stand on your own and be stronger and trust your intuition. It's very important because I don't know what it is. I'm just trying to describe, and sometimes it's a little hard to describe in words what I feel. But you have a lot of support. I feel that, we all have guides and angels, and you have a lot of support here and on the other side. I feel like you're very smart and adaptable, and that you just need to stand in your own power, to know that you deserve what you want, to have what you want, basically, because there feels like a past of low self-esteem or something, but you're really coming into a strong time, where you're learning and growing and saying, yeah, I deserve a great life and a good job and income, and to live in a nice place which is not full of crazy, noisy people. It just feels like you came from some kind of chaos. You know what I mean? And so I think it's all looking really positive and good for you. Just trust your intuition is what I'm going to say, okay?
Okay. Thank you so much. It's been great news. and
You're welcome.
Yeah, I really appreciate you. Thank you. Okay, ladies.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
Bye.
You too. Bye-bye.
Crystal, are you there?
Yes, I am. Yes.
Oh.
I just wanted to say that it looks like June, July you'll apply for residence, and it looks like that once you that will go through, that it'll be favorable news, that it'll go through. And it looks like that you're going to also be getting a new job, that you're going to be embarking on a new profession this year. I see you doing something different, working with helping people. You have a very big heart, and you're very good at working with other people, and you're very good at assisting people and helping people. So it's something to do with helping people, and it's a new job that comes up right around June, July, right around the time that you apply for your residence and get that. That's when you're going to be embarking on a new job. Did you have any other questions?
Oh, that's wonderful. Yes, I do. Do you see somebody named Corey helping me with this? Just want to know.
Do I see someone helping you with getting the new job, you're asking?
Oh, no, with the residency?
Yes, I see a man that's going to be instrumental. A man and a woman both are going to be instrumental in helping you to get your residency. So there's both a man and woman that will help you, that will assist you.
Okay. That's great. Okay.
And Kirstin, how can Crystal get in contact with you?
Yes.
My website is foreverinspirit.com, and my phone number is 310-490-7424.
And my contact information is 818-744-5241, or go to psychichorizon.com. And thank you for calling the Psychic Horizon Show today, Crystal.
Thank you both. Really appreciate it. Thank you. God bless you both.
You're welcome.
Okay, bye.
Thank you, Crystal. I'm now going to continue my interview with Kirstin Ross on mediumship, and then we're going to take our next caller, which is Carolyn at area code 818. What does it mean to you to be a medium, Kirstin?
I feel like I won the lotto. I know I've said that before, but being able to communicate with spirit and to help people in such a unique and special way, it means everything to me. It's basically my life, and I feel very fortunate. And like I said, I always say if I won the lotto, I would do it for free because I absolutely love to help people, and there's just something so special about connecting people with their loved ones who have crossed over. There's nothing like it. It's like a real thrill every single time. I'll never get tired of it. So it means everything.
Oh, good. That's good. And Kirstin, let's take our next caller, which is Carolyn, area code 818. Hello, Carolyn.
Hey, ladies. How you doing?
We're doing fine. How about yourself, Carolyn?
I'm doing great. I had several questions, but I just picked one. So, Shelley, I want to move, and I'm open to a relationship at this point in my life. I wanted to know, what do you guys see that's coming up for me in the next couple of months? Will I be able to accomplish those two things?
Well, I'll start first and just say it feels really actually very positive for a move, and your energy is really good. And when you have that positive energy, I feel like you could do anything, But they're giving me a green light, a total green light about this. So this is nice to be able to move to where you want to be. And the relationship, I feel that may take a little bit longer. I just feel you're going to move first and get settled. And then, I feel that you will meet people. And, it's like finding that right fit. So that may take a little time. I'm seeing more toward the end of the year, which I know feels like forever, but it's not really when you in the grand scheme of things. I feel like this will be worth the wait. Someone just share your life with. You have to make sure that this person is worthy and has the right intentions. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So there's it feels like there's a church connection possibly here, and that would be lovely. And just it feels like a nice companionship, which would be lasting, like a very deep friendship. You know what I mean? Which is the basis of every good relationship, is a very deep friendship. So I see that more sort of happening around the holidays. What do you see, Shelley?
I do see around the holiday season, and I agree with Kirstin that it's some kind of church or metaphysical center, where there'll be some kind of metaphysical activities that you would be meeting him. And it looks like that he's that has the name Michael. I'm picking up Michael, M like in Michael, and that Michael is a dark hair, dark eyes. And he's a tall man. He's about 6'1", 6'2", 6'3". He's very tall, and it looks like that he's a spiritual man. That he's some type of healer or metaphysician or healer. That he's in the metaphysical, the healing field. Which is good because that's the field that you're in, and your spirituality is important to you. And I feel that his spirituality is important to him also. So it does look like that there is a new relationship coming, possibly October, November, before Christmas time. It's a long ways away, but, as Kirstin said, it's worth waiting for if it's the right person. And it does look like it's the right person, and that it's going to be a soulmate connection, that he's going to be your soulmate, and that it's going to be a strong relationship. And I feel that sometime in the next 2 or 3 years that there might be a marriage, that you may be getting married. So I feel that there could be a marriage with this man. From the time that you meet him, it would be a 2 or 3 year period. So it would take a while, but there could possibly be a marriage.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Both.
Yes.
Thank you,
that's
Carolyn.
exciting. You're welcome. Thank you. You guys have a nice day.
You too. Thank you for calling, Carolyn.
Okay, it's my pleasure.
All right, bye-bye.
All right.
We're now going to continue our interview with Kirstin Ross, and then we're going to take our next caller, which is area code 312. How do you prepare for a mediumship reading, Kirstin?
I meditate before every reading, so I generally don't do readings back to back because I like time in between to sort of refresh myself and then reconnect, because everybody's loved ones are important, So I meditate for between 15 and 20 minutes for a 1-hour reading to really connect with that person and or their people. And the thing about meditation is it tunes me in to, the frequency of their people, as I call them, and I'm able to get a lot of information before I even talk to someone on the phone or meet someone. In my meditation, I have a book where I write things down, and that Spirit gives me before I even speak to someone. So that's always a big thrill, when I get information before even meeting someone or talking to them. So I do prepare I also burn sage and Palo Santo and just try to keep my environment neat and clean and orderly so I can just be a clear channel. I think it's important for us to take care of ourselves in that way so, the messages can be clear.
That's good. That's important. And let's take our next caller, Kirstin, which is area code 312. Hello, 312.
Hi, this is Karen from Chicago.
Hello, Karen.
Hi, Karen.
And
Hi.
Karen, go ahead, Karen. What is your question today?
Oh, sure. I have a career question. Last week I was laid off, and I've been looking for jobs, permanent jobs. I've sent out my resumes to temp agencies and just trying to get the word out there that I'm looking for work, and I'm kind of wondering what you see.
Okay. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. I do see that, everything happens for a reason, so you will go on to something that's better for you, and you know that. But meanwhile, there may be a little period where you're like wondering when is this coming? Because I don't feel like it's instantaneously right away. There's a little period of time where it could be, I'm going to say like 8 weeks or something, where you're just like, gosh, is this ever going to happen? But it will. And, I just feel like when you have this free time, you'll do your footwork and apply and get a better position for yourself. And but I feel like in the meantime, you can use that time to work on yourself, because it's sometimes just like a test to strengthen our faith that, you haven't been brought this far to be dropped on your head, and
right.
You will be, carried and picked up, and, I mean that in a metaphysical way, because I see the arms of God or Spirit, whatever you want to, refer to that as, carrying you for a little period of time, which is maybe about 8 weeks or so. And then I feel like you'll be in a good place of new growth and learning, but, there's some important lessons here about faith and just, because you can choose fear or faith, and right now it just feels like you're in some fear, which I understand. But it's all going to really turn out really well for you, I think, in the long run. It's just going to be a little, you're going to be learning some lessons about having more faith while you're going through it. And it's like, it feels like it's like in the nick of time or something. You'll be like, oh, God, boy, if I didn't get that job, I wouldn't be able to pay that bill,
Yes.
Yeah. So I keep seeing the 8 weeks, so I'm just going to keep going with that. And you'll be fine, though. You really will. And it's going to be good. I see you working with a lot of people. So this is, I don't know if it's a bigger company or just be working closer with people around you, you know, in a common area.
Okay.
What do you think, Shelley?
I think, Karen, that there's going to be something coming up in the next 2 to 3 weeks in the way of an important job interview. And I feel that it's coming from a temp agency. That, you know, one of the temp agencies that you have sent your resume to, you know, about 2 or 3 of them are going to reach out to you. And I feel that they would be, it would be, a temp agency would be instrumental in finding you permanent employment, long-term employment. So I feel that in the next 2 or 3 weeks that there's an interview coming up, and that this interview is important, and that there'll be an offer of a job, you know, coming up for you, you know. And Kirstin, how can Karen get in contact with you?
My website is foreverinspirit.com, and my number is 310-490-7424.
And you could get a hold of me, Karen, at 818-744-5241, or go to psychichorizon.com. Thank you for calling, Karen.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks,
Bye-bye.
Karen.
I'm now going to continue my interview with Kirstin Ross on mediumship, and then we're going to take our next caller, which is area code 720. What types of information do you get, Kirstin?
Well, I get information through all of my senses. So I see things, hear things, feel things, know things, smell things, sometimes taste things. So however Spirit can get the information to me, they will. I find that when a lot of times I get names, sometimes I get first, middle, last names. I don't always know, but it's kind of like amazing to me, especially the last names. It still surprises me, but I do get information about how they passed, things they love to do, things they, you know, would say, and personal things that maybe the client has never really discussed with anyone, so that they know that, you know, it's not something that you could ever look up, and those are the strongest kinds of validation. Or Spirit will sometimes talk about something that's coming up. If the person doesn't recognize it, I just tell them, make sure you write it down or record it, because so many times, you know, I get emails and calls saying what you said happened. I just had a call from a lady yesterday who I read a few months back, and she said, you told me to take my house off the market, which I don't remember because, you know, the information is from somewhere else. And she said, you told me to relist it in March. And she said, I did that, and it sold in 10 days. So I don't know, you know, Spirit knows all is what I like to say, and I know nothing. So I just have to open myself up and give whatever information they want me to give. I'm basically the telephone. You know what I mean?
Interesting. And let's take our next caller, Kirstin, which is area code 720. Hello, 720.
Yes, hi. My name is Laura, and so my question is that my husband's up for promotion, and either that can stay where we are now, or it can move us to the East Coast or the West Coast, or even down to Texas too. So I'm just wondering what you guys see.
Oh boy. Okay. Let me see. Okay. You know, I'm getting pulled to the left, which to me is the west. So that's how I just feel some, you know, on my left side, just feeling pulled to the west. So that would be my information from Spirit, saying that if you do move, I think it'll be west.
Well, my west ones are Seattle, LA, and San Diego.
I see. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And I'm not seeing Seattle. I'm not seeing up north so far. I'm seeing a little further south. So, yeah.
Or Dallas, Texas, Dallas and Houston, too.
Right. Okay. Because I am seeing further south. So let me just ask further here.
Okay.
Yeah. West. Yeah, it almost feels like a toss-up, but it does feel further west to me. So I'm going to say the San Diego feels a little bit stronger, but it could just be the southward pull. But yeah, this very well may be San Diego. If you do live there, it'd be slightly inland, I think. Like not exactly right close to the ocean, but that may be where the company is, or that may be where you move. Either way, it's always, it's always like exciting, and it's also very stressful when you move like across the country or whatever.
Oh, I know.
So yeah, it's a lot to think about, and what I would say is just leave it up to God and Spirit, and don't worry so much, because the details will work themselves out as you go. Like one day at a time, you'll do things you need to do, and you'll be taken care of. It just feels like it falls on your shoulders, and that's the very stressful part. Is that like, I don't know why it feels like it falls on your shoulders, but that's how it feels to me. So you must have to take care of everything while he's doing his work.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's not easy. There's a lot of logistics here. Do you have kids?
I have two. I have a 21-year-old and then the 13-year-old. The 21-year-old probably won't come with us.
Yeah, because I see kids around you, so I'm thinking that's part of the stress too, is moving, your child to another place.
My little one struggles in school.
Yeah, so that's a concern for you too. Again, everything is a lesson, and instead of looking at like just the stressful part, because you're a doer. I feel like you can accomplish anything. Like you make lists, and you're like, get it done, cross it off, make that call, do that research. And that's a great quality to have. The problem with that is that you also tend to worry and take it all on, and it just feels overwhelming. And moving can be overwhelming. It's like one of the three big deals in life. It's like death, divorce, and moving. So that's a big deal. So I would say, see if you can relax and have some faith about it, have some tea or whatever, or hang out with your friends and talk about it, because you're not alone, and you don't have to do it alone. That's the message I'm getting from Spirit, and you'll get help along the way, and just this feeling alone, like you have to do it all and know it all and be it all, is like sort of a false belief that you can slightly start to shed,
Yes.
And that will help you. That will help you a lot, I think. So it's all going to be fine, but just learn to just relax a little bit.
Yeah. I just, I'm okay. It's just my daughter. I worry about my daughter and all the logistics as well. So I just don't want her heart to break.
Yeah. I don't think her heart is going to break. I think that, once she gets settled, she'll have a great new situation, and her heart will actually open. It's just going to be scary at first.
Yeah.
But she'll be okay.
She does cheerleading, and so that's one thing that saves her. Do you see her doing cheerleading?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. I see a camp. Is she going to a camp this summer or something? For this? There are several camps, yes. Yeah, for cheerleading or something. So I think I think she's going to continue with that, and that'll be great for her. The continuity there, it'll be the same situation here. She can continue that, and that'll help. Yeah, she'll make new friends. Yeah.
Good.
Very sweet girl, too, I feel. So you'll be fine.
She's a little shy, so, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I just need to chill out.
Yes. Yeah, like take a deep breath and just have some faith, relax, and listen to some soft music. Yeah, and one day at a time, you know?
Okay. Thank you so much.
I feel, Laura, that I agree with Kirstin that you're going to end up in San Diego. And San Diego is a really a fun place, so your daughter will make friends and have a lot of fun there. It's a really fun place. And I feel you'll be near the ocean, not, a few blocks from the beach, that you'll be near the ocean. And I see you getting a house. At first you're going to rent a house, but before the end of the year, you may be purchasing something. It may be the place that you rent that you end up purchasing it. So I feel that it's going to be a good move for you. It's going to be a move in a positive direction, and that you're going to do well with the promotion. And as we get into 2018, going into the May, June of 2018, there would be another promotion, but you wouldn't have to move. You would be staying in San Diego, but there would be another promotion in the office that you're going to be working at. So you are going to be climbing up the career ladder. You have a long-term future with this company, and you are going to climb the career ladder, and it is going to be a lot of positive changes for you. And Kirstin, how can Laura get in contact with you?
My website is foreverinspirit.com, and my phone number is 310-490-7424.
And you can get a hold of me at 818-744-5241 or go to psychichorizon.com. And thank you for calling, Laura.
Thank you. God bless.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
I'm now going to continue my interview with Kirstin Ross, and then we're going to take our next caller, which is area code 214. What generally comes through in a reading, Kirstin?
I think we may have covered that question. I'm not sure. Did we just cover that?
I think we did, because, I think we did. So I'll ask another question. Do spirits ever come to you when you are not working?
Yes. I would say that it's not as common because, when you have some experience, you learn sort of to turn it on and off when you need it. But some spirits, depending on their personality here on Earth, they're very persistent, and they retain their personality on the other side. So I have one client in particular who was up north, and we do phone readings, and this girl's brother comes to me at random times, and I always, because he's just so persistent, and he'll say something like that's an important time for her or something, and just give a message to her and her mom. And that is, it's always a thrill for me to deliver a message, whether I'm working or not. And sometimes when I'm out, something will come through, and I have to decide whether to deliver it. But it's less common now that I have more experience and I've learned how to control it. I think, if I'm open, it'll happen. And sometimes if they're just very insistent and persistent and strong, it'll happen. And then I have to just decide if I should deliver the message if I'm out and about, because, not everybody wants to receive a message, believe it or not. You have to be careful about, you have to ask permission first, I would say. There's a code of conduct. And if I was going to deliver something, I would always ask first. And if they say okay, then I'll deliver a message. And anyway, it's always a beautiful thing. Whether I'm working or not, I'm happy to deliver a message.
Awesome. And let's take our next caller, Kirstin, which is area code 214. Hello, 214.
Hello. Hi.
Hello.
Hi. Thanks for taking my call.
And who do we have the pleasure of speaking to?
Hi, this is Prem from Texas.
Prem?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hello, Prem.
Hello. So I'm pretty much open spirit, but I do have a pressing question about and I don't know if you can assist with that, but with our pet, our dog. He had some strange virus that had happened a few months ago, and I've been working on him energetically and also had someone else help, and he seems to be getting better slowly. But the problem is with the foods. He's transitioned to where he prefers like meat, but it's been difficult to figure out what he will eat instead of chicken or cheese all the time. And I sure could use some help on that because I'm kind of stuck on, oh my God, I want to just keep feeding him the same thing.
Yeah. Just what I'm getting is that there's stuff you can put in the food. So if you want to change up the meat, whatever it is, if it's turkey or something like that, but there's I don't have a dog. I haven't had a dog in many years, but they're showing me that there's some kind of flavor, like broth or something like that you can put in the food to make it more tasty for him. Some kind of, it's not really a gravy, it's more like a broth. And also, if he has problems with joints or arthritis or something like that, I don't know why I'm saying
Something's
that,
going on. I mean, he has trouble walking,
Yeah. So they're showing me bone broth, just putting broth and, you low and slow on the stove for hours and hours.
Yeah.
And then it makes this really healthy collagen-based, and that would be good to put in his food, too, for his, because I feel he has some arthritis issues going on, and helping to build the collagen. So just putting different things to flavor the food. So you can keep giving him healthy meat, but flavoring it with bone broth or chicken broth or whatever, but something that's healthy and not going to hurt him in any way would be helpful. And what do you think, Shelley?
I think salmon would be good, but you need to maybe get the canned salmon and make sure that there's no bones in it. I think that the vitamin A and fish would be very good for his immune system, and very good for his joints. So I think salmon and maybe even some brown rice, mix the meat with brown rice, rice and meat, and alternate from chicken to fish to beef. I think he would like some beef, and you could always make some ground beef with brown rice and put the gravy on that. And I think that would be a delicious meal for him, to give him a variety of foods. He gets bored easily, so give him a variety of food. But I think that would be good for him. And I think he's a good dog. He's a sweet dog.
He is.
And he's very affectionate and very loving. And he gets lonely when you're not around. Do you work, Prim?
I work part-time, but most of the time I'm at home. And he tends to lay inside he has I call it his penthouse. He likes to go in recluseness. I literally have to pull him out and make him be a part of the family. And I try and give as much energy work to him, and switch out his food, make it differently. But it's been a little difficult with the food because even though I switch it out, he'll be so finicky. He won't want everything I've made. I'm like, oh my God, like it stresses me out.
Yeah.
I think some of the suggestions that Kirstin and I gave you will help as far as giving him delicious meals.
Yes, definitely. I will do that. And I do give him as much time as I can. So is there something I'm not quite giving him enough of as far as love and attention?
And just give him a lot of love, and he likes his tummy rub. Rub his tummy.
Okay.
He likes tummy rubs, and maybe massage his legs, because his legs get sore and stiff, so do massage his legs.
Okay. I will.
And
Definitely.
Kirstin, how can Prim get in contact with you?
My website is foreverinspirit.com, and my phone number is 310-490-7424. And I just want to mention really quick that I'm doing a group reading on Saturday, May 20th at Ohm and Garden in Sherman Oaks, right on Ventura Boulevard from 4 to 6 p.m. You can check my website for that. I wanted to get that in.
And thank you for calling, Prim. And you could get in contact with me at 818-744-5241 or go to psychichorizon.com. And thank you for calling the Psychic Horizon show today, Prim.
Thank you, both.
Prim. You're welcome.
You're welcome. And we have time for one caller, area code 352. Hello, 352.
Hello. Thank you for taking my call. This is Cindy.
Hello, Cindy. And Cindy, what is your question today?
Could you give me any insight on the property that I'm looking at purchasing with the acreage in the home? If there's going to be any issues with the contract, or if you see that going through smoothly and quickly, so I can move because I'm looking to relocate, or just any insight you have on that situation.
Okay. The first thing I get is I just get signs in my body, feelings in my body, and I feel like it's going to go slower than you want. Mercury's in retrograde, so, everything with contracts is kind of like slowed down, or I don't know if you know anything about Mercury retrograde, but I feel like it will happen, but it's not going to be when you want it to happen. There'll be a delay of some type, and, it may not, escrow might not close for several months. I'm actually seeing the month of August, so it may be.
Can you see
delayed.
what the delay is or what the problem is? I mean, it looks like a pretty simple, straight-up contract. They're in a hurry to get it sold. They're owner financing it.
Yeah.
They've already sent me the agreement.
Okay.
And I was just,
right.
do you know why there's going to be a delay, or?
Yeah, it may be a delay in moving. Let me ask them. Maybe something it'll go through, but there's a delay of some kind, and I just keep seeing August. There may be something that needs to be done on the house as far as work before you move in. I'm just trying to ask them for more information here. And it's always like on the radio, so I don't want to take up too much, time. With
there is work that needs to be done, but I'm buying it as is, so I have to do the work before I can move. So that's why I'm wanting to get the contract completed, so I can start on it.
That's what it is. Okay. So, because I don't always know when they give me information. It's not always clear about what it's about, or just August is big. So that must be when things get done and you get to move in, because I don't know if there's foundation issues or something, but there's an issue that is, a rather large issue that you need to take care of before you can actually move in. So that's what it must be, is the work has to be done before you can actually inhabit the building. But I feel like it's good. There feels like a good energy around it, and you'll be happy once you get settled, but it's just going to take longer than you thought to get the work done, which is pretty common when it comes to getting work done in a home, as you know. Just things taking longer. So I would just say have a little patience about that, and just know that it'll be worth it,
Okay. All right. Thank you.
But, yeah,
I
sure.
feel that you're going to get the contract signed anytime between today and Tuesday. You're going to be completing the contract and having the contract signed. And once you've signed the contract, it won't be long before you'll be able to take over the property. But I agree with Kirstin, it's going to take time to move in because of all the work that you're going to have to do in fixing things up. But I feel you're going to be owning the property very shortly. Before the middle or the end of next week, you will have owned the property. And Kirstin, how can Cindy get in contact with you?
My website is foreverinspirit.com, and my phone number is 310-490-7424.
Thank you. Thank you, ladies, very much.
And thank you for calling, Cindy.
Thank you.
I wanted to thank Kirstin Ross for being my special guest on the Psychic Horizon show today. She'll be back in the future. I wanted to thank Tiffany White, Sage Woman of Goldilocks Production, for producing the Psychic Horizon show. And I want to thank all the callers who participated in the Psychic Horizon show.
Thank you, Shelley. It's always a pleasure.
You're welcome, Kirstin, and have a good weekend.
You too. Bye.
All right. Bye-bye.